Okay, hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming my summer reading list, which I wasn't going to film because I was worried it was going to seem a bit weird and geeky and stuff, but I've decided I am going to film it because it's my channel. I can do what I want on it, and I love reading, I always have done, and during exams and school I feel like there's not really much time to read. I've always got a book on the go, but I don't always have that much time to read it. But now that it's almost summer, I'm going to have time to read it, and I'll probably get through a lot of books because last year when we were on holiday for 2 weeks, I read so many books. So these are the ones that I have, and then there's a couple that I want to read which I don't have yet, but yeah, I will tell you about them anyway. And there's also some books that I've heard about which I might get, but I'm not sure. So at the end of the summer, after I've read all of my books, probably one of the last summer videos, I'm going to do a review of all the books in a video, so that'd be really exciting. But for now I'm just going to talk through the books I'm hopefully going to read this summer. So the first one is I Was Dead for 13 Minutes and Now I Want to Know by Sarah Pinborough, and this is the book I'm currently reading. I'm that far through. It's really good. I'm really enjoying it. Basically, I'm not going to read the blurbs out because that would take too long, but basically the idea is that this girl, who's a popular girl, died 13 minutes after being frozen in a river, and it's basically a murder mystery about who did that to her, but it's she's not actually dead, she's alive, so she doesn't remember it, so she's trying to remember and everything like that. Yeah, it's really, really good. I'm really enjoying it. These two books were also birthday presents from Emily, which was a very good present. So the next one is called Things a Bright Girl Can Do by Sally McKnight. It's about a suffragette who is rich and clever called Evelyn. It's based in 1914. I think it's just about fighting for women's right and everything like that, which is really good. And it says, at the end of the blurb, it's as the Great War looms, just how much are they willing to sacrifice. It's about the things they've had to sacrifice, I think, which is what I'm getting from reading the blurb. But I will tell you much more about it in the roundup video when I've actually read it. So the next one is one I've wanted to read for quite a while. My sister got given it from someone, but I just haven't had a chance to read it. Called Girl Missing, and it's by Sophie Mackenzie. And it's the tagline on the back is, "What if everything you thought you knew about your life was a lie?" And it's about somebody who is adopted called Lauren, and she finds out that she might have been kidnapped from her real family when she was a baby. And it's about finding out about her biological parents and the truth behind her life and all of that. So that sounds really good. I was going to mention this at the start. You'll notice that a lot of these books are quite teenagery. They're not really very heavy or anything, but they're books I've seen that I've wanted to read, and I don't necessarily want to read really heavy books when I'm on holiday and stuff like that. So yeah. So the next one is a bit of a random one. It's called Knitbone Pepper the Ghost Dog, and it's by Claire Barker. We've had this book, this is more of a children's book. We've had it for a really long time, but basically it's about, I think it's about a dog that gets left behind. It's a ghost dog, I think. But when I was younger, I went to this book club at my local library, and we met the author of this book called Claire Barker. She also wrote a book which I used to absolutely love called Magical Mail. And we got this book, and it is signed by her, I believe. Yeah. But it got put in the garage when we had our extension, so I never got to read it, and we found it the other day. So I'm going to read it. It probably won't take very long because it is a children's book. But yeah, I remember at the time we got it, I really wanted to read it, and I never did, so. The next one, if you watch my vlog, you'll have seen me buying these books because they're the ones I got in Waterstones the other day. is called If I Was Your Girl, and it's basically about a girl who is transgender and she's moved schools, and I think she's worried about that secret getting out when she's trying to fit in as the new girl at a new school. And the next one, I'd never heard of this book before, but I thought it looked so good when I saw it on the shelf because it's really bright, which is what like made me pick it up. And then I read the blurb and it sounds really interesting. It says that Esther is one of the 4 special ones, chosen to live under his protection in a remote farmhouse. They are not allowed to leave and they must always be ready to broadcast their lives to eager followers on the outside. But it seems really interesting. I'm really, really excited to read this book. The next one is called The Hate You Give Me, and my sister realised on the side it says Fug, and it's basically about what is the point in having a voice if you're going to be silent. And on the back there's a quote from the stylist which says, a story that places a spotlight on Black Lives Matter at this crucial point in history. So I'm assuming it is about like black rights and everything, which sounds like a really good read. And the final book that I actually have on me is called Being Miss Nobody by Tams. The Hate You Give Me is by somebody called Angie Thomas, and the special ones is by Emma Bailey. And this is by someone called Tasmin Winter. It's about a girl who doesn't like her new secondary school. She seems the weird girl, and she starts a blog, which is what made me think it sounded cool. So then the question is Miss Nobody becoming a bully herself, which is interesting. A lot of books that I haven't yet purchased that I know I want to read, and that's Love, Simon. I'm not sure who that's by, but I'm sure everyone's heard of the film. I didn't get a chance to watch the film, but I've heard that it's coming on Netflix this month, so I'll probably watch it on there. But I'd just like to read the book maybe before I watch the film, because that's always a good idea. And then I also really want to watch Pride and Prejudice, because I watched the series on Netflix, which I actually think is probably quite a good idea, because now I know the storyline, and obviously because it's an older book it might be more difficult to understand, which will make it a harder holiday read. But now that I already know the story, I'm going to borrow it from the library, probably, or buy it, I don't know yet, and read it, which I'm really excited for. I'm sure everybody knows Pride and Prejudice. I just thought it was such a lovely story when I watched it online, and it was really interesting. So that is my summer reading list. I can't wait to delve into these books, and when I finish them I'm going to get a post-it note and I'm going to put it on the book with a couple of points, or I might not use a post-it note, with a couple of points about a book that I want to talk about in the review, which I'm going to do at the end, as I mentioned before, which is a video I'm really, really excited to film. So if you want to see that, remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe down below. If you haven't watched any of my previous videos, then this summer, and hopefully continuously, I'll be uploading weekly vlogs on a Sunday and main channel videos on a Wednesday. So subscribe to see me then. Bye!